Maybe you just got a boa and just like, how do I do this frozen, thaw thing? I don't want to feed them live. Obviously, feeding your snakes live is not really recommended. I personally wouldn't recommend it. And I just want to show you guys this is how I personally feed them. I feed them frozen thaw. I don't do live because I feel live feedings, especially once they get bigger, it's just a recipe for disaster. Dealing with like a full size rat, live with a boa, they can get bit on and a lot of bad things can happen. Today we're just gonna feed two of my boas. One's an albino BCI and the other is a jungle BCI. So let's get into the process. I'll show you guys quickly just like how I personally feed my snakes. So I just want to show you guys how I defrost my rodents for my snakes. Like these are hopper mice. What I do is I just usually put them in a Ziploc bag and just put them in cold water. They say the best is to kind of feed them by the diameter of the largest part of their body, which is usually kind of towards the center of their body, but like so put them in a Ziploc bag. There were 10, now there's only one. What you do is you put your your frozen rodents in a Ziploc bag, and what I like to do is I like to just roll them up and try to keep as like less air as you can, obviously, so I'll just roll them up. I don't know, just to make sure there's, once again, there's like kind of no air in there. So one thing I like to do is I like to just like really kind of press on the lid of like, one of these little containers. It's a Ziploc container, I just like to press on it and try to make sure there's no like air bubbles. I don't know. Really kind of submerge the rodent in there. Usually you just kind of have them sitting there and just defrosting for, roughly about 15 minutes. I have a temperature gun, which that's just how I kind of check to make sure that the rodent has been fully defrosted. 15 minutes of like sitting in room temperature water, they usually reach that 73, 75 degree temperature, which is where we want them to be before we can start, putting them in warmer water, hotter water. If you put them in hot water too soon, what will happen is they'll begin to cuck. And so if they cuck, what ends up happening is like their stomach lining can bust, and so their guts can come out of orifices, holes, right? And so like it's always better to just take your time and just to defrost them in room temperature water. So just, honestly, I just cold water, your faucet, cold water, it's gonna be room temperature water. So I defrost them in there. Your rodent's gonna be frozen, and so let it get to that room temperature level before you try to implement putting it in hot water, just to avoid, it's called exploding rat or exploding rodent, which is like where your snake constricts it, and because you cooked it, guts can come out. And I don't know, I've never experienced that, but that's something I've researched heavily before I started collecting snakes. Anyways, you just want to be smart about that. Alright guys, thanks for watching. It's been awesome. As you guys saw, like my boas killed it. You guys just saw like Kiki and Boa just like smack that food up. This is what they do. Boas just make great eaters. If you watch any of my videos, I always like to wrap it up on something positive. At the end of the day, all I'm trying to say is just enjoy the moment. Whatever moment you're in, enjoy it. The message is that simple today. It sounds so sad, but it really isn't, I swear. I just really want you guys just to enjoy the moment. Like that's all positive and love. It's been great. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, comment, like, whatever you want to do. Maybe, you know, you feel some type of way about anything. I don't know. Like, let me know. Anyways, guys, Black Hippie out.